Hello, this is Chris from CricketUsers.com, and right now you're looking at an iPad 3, and you might wonder what iPads in general have to do with Cricket Wireless, but ever since we were able to flash an iPad 2 to Cricket Wireless, we started to look into them a little bit more. There's an iPad 3 which kind of looks the same and fits many of the same cases that the iPad 2, which is right here, does. We can actually tell that the resolution is a little bit better on the iPad 3. This review will start with probably one of the more popular cases and something that would fit the real active user, someone that might be susceptible to dropping their iPad or might take it in dusty environments. It's pretty well protected against dust because of how much the rubber portions overlap. There's also covers on everything. Like the OtterBox leaves some things exposed. Maybe we'll be able to get an OtterBox in here at some time. Look right here, it has a stand. This is actually removable, so you can go for all rubber if you don't want to use the stand. The speaker sounds a little muffled, but seems to have a lot of bass when you have the cover on. But of course, you can just take the cover off or let it flap around. You can see right here, you have a hole for the camera and every other area you need to access, like the charging port on the back. It's real easy to push the power button or the volume buttons. If you do have it mounted on this side, though, that does make it a little bit more difficult. There's the lock button right there, and I feel like it might be even a little bit easier to push the power button with this on it, because they kind of move it to the upper right portion, more towards the back than just completely vertical. And there's the a little mic port. So this does serve active people pretty well. We bought it at Best Buy, and it costs $80. I guess that's the MSRP there. It can really be found for like $40 to $50 on eBay. If you do decide to buy it through eBay, please follow one of the eBay links on our site. It helps us out a little bit. Here's a stand. Just pry in the middle, then it'll kind of pop out. Go ahead and lock this tray to the back. And I mean, it's not completely stable. It's kind of wobbly, but it'll fit most people's needs, especially if you're just watching something. Pop it back down. Initially, we were trying to put this on in the car, and it was dark, and it was actually kind of difficult. You want to pry away from the top first, and then separate it, because it comes pretty much all attached with this over it. The instructions are actually on the inside. You can kind of see them if you wiggle it around the middle. To open this up, I think the easiest way is to just get a coin, and don't stick it in these slots right here, because you can see the glass of your iPad right there through the crack. Stick it on the side, and then just pry up from there. Once you're able to pry up the corner, just run your fingernails through it. So you'll probably have to do it 4 times and then pry all the way through. It does have a built-in screen protector. Since it's plastic and it's a layer above the glass, I believe it might provide a little bit more protection than like a zag. The clarity of a zag is really good though, and tough to beat. It seemed like the device was still very sensitive touchscreen wise with this on. You'll see these little things right there that match up with those holes. Pretty much I just put one side in it and then just stretch it back and forth until it falls into place. Anyways, what I don't like about it is if you have to put this in a backpack or something, you might have to put a cover on it. Some covers, I think the OtterBox and maybe the Trident case for this, I believe I saw a Trident case, both have stands that can be removed from the back side and kind of clasped on the front side to protect it. So if you throw it into a box or something, if we threw this in a box or a backpack or something, it might scratch this screen. Now, it's very possible that you'll get lint and stuff below there, and you'll have to clean it out. I believe this does a better job right now than some of the otter boxes that I have on my phones. It's easier to get lint in between the plastic portions. Of course, we've taken the plastic off this one and installed a zag just so we don't have to worry about that, and it's easy to clean the screen. That's the box that it comes in. Has a few specs on the back. Let's move back to our iPad 2 that's on Cricket Wireless. Here it is. Here's a little silicone case that goes around the device. Very easy to slip in, and if it's easy to slip in, it probably means it's easy to slip out. It doesn't give you too good of a feel because it doesn't really stick onto the device. I mean, it's really flimsy. This one's made by Dexim, and actually it's kind of hard to reach the ports on this. There's the power right up on top. Kind of hard to hit that, and really hard to hit these ones on the side. So I really don't like that one. Here's one of the stands, probably that came out when the iPad originally, or iPad 2 originally came out. It has a magnetic grip, and it just grips onto the side. Let's have that upside down. So it grips onto the side just like that. So it'll protect the front of the screen, but unless you have a zag or something, it's going to leave all of this exposed. I've seen a lot of scratches get on the back of iPads. One of the things that's cool is if you turn it on in the settings, it can automatically turn on and turn off. I guess it has magnets in there and it can detect it. Of course, you could fold this back and you make a little stand out of it. And the stand's really not that bad. But the toss-up of which ones I like the best will probably be the first one I showed you from Griffin. Their little armored case. Let's see if it has an official name. Survivor is what it's called. So if you want to search that on eBay. I really do like the portfolio case. It's not as rugged as the other ones. But you just slip your device in it. This particular one. Put the flap over it, and it'll stick right there. It's pretty secure. It doesn't move around too much. And then when you're not using it, just close it up. Pretty much really easy to carry this around. Doesn't look so awkward. I've gone to the mall with this. Price comparisons and stuff like that I do right on the fly, so I know I'm not getting ripped off by buying something retail. I mean, pretty much one hand, you can flip it over and you have access to your iPad. Done with it, just flip it back. It also has the hole for the camera. Of course, everything's going to have access to the camera, except this little guy. This little guy actually didn't have access to the camera, but it slips off so easily that you could just bend it back and gain that access. Right here, you can bend the top back, slip it in under there, and you have a stand. I've taken this out to eat with me, placed it on the sand. I am friends. Check my email while I'm eating. So pretty much those are some different styles of cases out there. I guess everyone would have to suit a person's lifestyle, or a different person's lifestyle. Unless you go from business to outdoorsman, you might want to pick up both. Of course, this is not that easy to take on or put on and take off. So for more information about iPads, iPhones, Android phones, phones you can flash to Cricket Wireless, and more, please visit our site at cricketusers.com. We're starting a US Galaxy S3 forum. You might want to check that out if you're interested in that phone. It's going to mainly focus on US models, so you don't have to worry about that international stuff that doesn't apply to you. Also, if you like cell phone photography, we got a cell phone photography site, lifewithoutshutters.com. So please like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would help us out a lot, help us get more devices so we can do more tutorials and product reviews.